Welcome to Readability. I'm your host, Ashley Kelson. In Readability, we read all kinds of stories, from short storybooks to large chapter books. You could sit down with family or just lay back and relax. Every Saturday, we read, review, and recommend different books for your listening pleasure. I really hope you enjoy Readability. Let's get started. Hello everyone. Today I will continue the Percy Jackson and the Olympians reviewing series in celebration that Percy Jackson is coming to Disney+. This is really exciting because we actually might get a, hopefully, good adaptation. Each season will cover each book, so I really hope Disney doesn't mess this up. Anyway, today I'll be reviewing The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan, the third book in the PJO series. This is a very emotional book, so stay tuned. If you haven't read this book, please do, and before you listen to this week's episode, I would also recommend taking a listen to episode 18, The Lying Thief, and 23, The Sea of Monsters. If you already have, great, let's get on to the review. In the third installment of the PJO series, The Titan's Curse, we start off with Annabeth, our new friend Thalia, and Percy seeing what Grover's distress call was all about. Turns out, Grover has found two new demigods, Nico and Bianca D'Angelo, Nico being 10 and Bianca being 12. Though with demigods comes a monster. After Percy tries to save the D'Angelos from the Manticore, which will make sense when you read the book, some stuff happens and oops, Annabeth fell off a cliff. Of course, Percy is devastated. We also meet the hunters of Artemis, along with Apollo. We learn more about who they are and a fellow hunter, Zoe Nightshade. New problem, Artemis is missing as well. As the five, Zoe, Percy, Thalia, Bianca, and Grover travel to find the goddess, Percy also looking for Annabeth, they encounter many questionable things. And also, there are some emotional events in this book as well. Anyway, this book is funny, adventurous, and the book that makes you really excited for this series to continue. Rick Riordan did it again. I really enjoyed this book and just, wow. That's really the word to describe it. I mean, I was crying, I was happy, and it was just such a fun read. Great job! There are 320 pages in this book. There are 20 chapters. I don't believe this book has won any awards. The author is Rick Riordan, and the publishing brand is Disney Hyperion. Wow, okay, it's time to rate. I would obviously rate this book a 5. It's just so good. Now, compared to the other books I reviewed, The Lying Thief and The Sea of Monsters, this might be my favorite so far. I don't know. I do have a favorite of the series, but I haven't reviewed it yet. They're just all so good. The emotional impact this book gave was really nice. We met a character you grow to love. If you read this book, you know who I'm talking about. Some plot twists, deaths, and some funny inside jokes. For someone who has read the previous two, oh yes, this book really sets you into the Percy Jackson world and how amazing it is. We meet amazing new characters, and we really get to experience Rick giving us emotional feel toward new and old characters. And Percy and Annabeth's friendship, possibly relationship, is really growing. And it's just a fun time. So if you haven't read it, please do. Here's the highlight segment. Spoilers ahead. First of all, the deaths. I have to get this over with. When Bianca dies, I did cry a little, but it's not when her younger brother, Nico, finds out. After reading the series, this really changes him forever. As happy-go-lucky he is when she's alive, he really gets sad and even depressed when she died. This made me more emotional with Bianca's death. Zoe Nightshade. At first, I didn't like her, but once we really got to learn more about her, you start to like her. And then she dies. Wow, I cried a lot. Her last words, the stars, a connection to the House of Hades, wow. Percy and Annabeth. Okay, when Annabeth because we get to see how much Percy cares for Annabeth, doing whatever he can to get her back. This is the start of Annabeth and Percy growing more than a friendship, but I'll let you read about that. Now, if I'm going to talk about the Titan's Curse, I have to mention the Dam snack bar inside joke. When they go to the Hoover Dam, which reasons I won't state because I don't want to spoil everything, Zoe makes this quote: "Let us go to the Dam snack bar, we should eat while we can," and the others start making so many jokes about it, and boom, that's how the Dam snack bar inside joke happened, and it was also fun to read. Here we go. First off, we meet Nico D'Angelo. This book really shows how he was young. He talked about mythomagic, he was energetic. In the next books, he's so much different. Emo, dark, not really approachable, but I'll review that later. You just gotta love him, though. Also, Percy is just as funny and sarcastic as ever, and amazing as always, along with Thalia. She's a fun character, and she's a child of the big three, so she's also very powerful. We also made a brief intro into a very important character, Rachel Elizabeth Dare. So far, she seems pretty chill and cool and all, but trust me, you will definitely learn more about her in the next books. Zoe is a very interesting character as well. She's a bit more formal, and she talks a bit more old-fashioned, using words like thee, thou, etc. And I can't forget Percy's sassy Pegasus, Blackjack. This week's episode was so fun to make, and I really hope everyone enjoyed it. I'm stoked for the new adaptation. So, have a great day, everyone, and here is our official readability ending. Thank you for joining me, your host, Ashley Kelson, on Readability. It has been a really great time, and I hope you join me again next week. Remember, every Saturday we either read, review, or recommend a book for your listening pleasure. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Keep reading, folks. Bye!